This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Car buyers in the US and Europe are less willing to make the switch to electric. According to a new survey from Shell, 31% of respondents from the US would consider switching to an electric vehicle, down from 34% last year. And in Europe, the number fell from 48 to 41% this year. The main reason buyers are reluctant to make the switch is because of price. EVs are 30% more expensive on average than gas-powered cars right now. They're also concerned about range, but that percentage is declining. Shell's survey included more than 15,000 respondents in the US, Europe, and in China. Ferrari is delaying the launch of its second fully electric model. It was supposed to go on sale next year, but now it won't come out until at least 2028. Sources tell Reuters that Ferrari is delaying the model because demand for high-performance EVs is zero. And that's exactly what Rimac CEO said just over a year ago, saying these customers want to be different from mainstream vehicles and have combustion engines with an analog feel. Even so, Ferrari is still moving forward with plans to reveal its first pure electric in October and start deliveries of that model to customers next October. With sales of the electric Ford Lightning pickup truck falling far short of expectations, we wondered if Ford would continue the program. And with sales of EVs in the US falling short as well, we wondered what Ford was going to do with that massive plant it's building in Tennessee called the Blue Oval City. Well, Auto Forecast Solutions just shed some light on what's going to happen. Ford is putting the next-gen Lightning in the Blue Oval plant, which is a big change from a January report from Auto Forecast that said the model was going to be made in Dearborn and Kansas City. The next-gen Lightning is scheduled to go into production in 2028, which is about a year behind the original schedule. Auto Forecast says Ford is also going to move production of the Transit Connect to Mexico, which is currently made in Spain, and it's going to move the electric Transit van production out of Kansas City to its Avon Lake plant in Ohio. Chinese automaker NIO helped popularize battery swapping in China by offering customers free swaps. But now it thinks some owners are abusing the program using a practice that's called wool gathering. It says some owners use NIO vehicles with free swaps for ride-hailing services. Others are using the vehicle's discharge function to charge other electric cars. Owners are also selling access to their free battery swaps online. And in more extreme cases, people are using their vehicles as mobile generators. NIO has tried to combat the misuse by capping the number of monthly swaps, but now it's launching a new app that allows owners to report suspicious activity at its stations.
Developing today's vehicles. Issues can happen in an instant. When's the best time to solve a problem? The minute you know you have one. Meet Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your secure, off-the-shelf solution empowering real-time collaboration for quick resolution. With Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your team can prevent issues before they can escalate. Driver communication data and remote diagnostics to analyze and resolve your problems using OTA, allowing your executives oversight throughout the process. Wireless NeoVi Cloud, your vehicle update solution in production and on the road. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
After weeks of teasing it, Nissan officially unveiled the all-new Leaf. It will first be available with a 75 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack that's paired with a 214 horsepower electric motor. That setup provides a range of up to 303 miles. And starting next spring, Nissan will offer a 52 kilowatt-hour battery with a 174 horsepower electric motor. The new Leaf can charge from 10 to 80% in as fast as 35 minutes. Moving to the interior, lower trims feature dual 12.3-inch display screens, while higher trims come with dual 14.3-inch screens. And Nissan claims the new Leaf is the very first vehicle in its segment to have an available dimmable panoramic roof, which can switch from transparent to nearly opaque with a push of a button. The new Leaf goes on sale in the US this fall. Kia's new electric sedan and hatchback, the EV4, just went on sale in Korea, and it will continue to roll out to global markets throughout the second half of this year. The model is based on the Hyundai Group's 400-volt eGMP architecture and will be offered in 3 trim levels. All versions are powered by a single 150-kilowatt or 200-horsepower electric motor that drives the front wheels. That's enough output to move the EV4 from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in as little as 7.4 seconds. Standard range models feature a roughly 58 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which provides up to 430 kilometers or about 265 miles of range on the WLTP test cycle. Long-range versions have just over 81 kilowatt-hour packs that provide up to 630 kilometers or roughly 390 miles of range. Other highlights include bidirectional charging and the ability to charge from 10 to 80% in as little as 29 minutes. Clarios, the world's largest manufacturer of 12-volt lead-acid batteries for cars, now plans to make supercapacitors. These will be low-voltage supercapacitors, which Clarios says are ideal for systems like steer-by-wire and chassis stability. It says the supercaps can be combined with lead-acid batteries for better performance and reliability, as well as supplying redundancy for critical power systems. And they're not just for cars. Clarios says the supercapacitors can be used in AI data centers as well as in military equipment. Today, most supercapacitors are made in China, so Clarios is currently searching for U.S. manufacturing sites and expects to announce that location later this year. Honda is going to have quite the display at this year's Goodwood Festival of Speed. That includes F1 winning cars from the 1980s, motorcycle concepts, and even a brand new A-segment hatchback that it's teasing for the first time. This is the only picture it's currently providing of the Super EV concept, which is designed to be fun to drive and could have a production version launched around the world in the future. It almost looks like a next-gen version of the Honda E, which was officially discontinued last year. Slowly but surely, Pony.AI keeps making progress with its autonomous technology in China. It just announced the 7th generation of its technology stack, which is fitted on a Toyota BZ4X, or the BZ as it's now known in the US. It uses 34 sensors, including 9 LiDAR units, 14 cameras, and 4 millimeter wave radars, as well as 4 NVIDIA Oryon X chips. Pony.AI claims it's cut the cost by 70% compared to the first-gen stack, but it didn't reveal the cost. The system is designed to last for 10 years or 600,000 kilometers, which is over 370,000 miles. Pony.AI already operates Level 4 robotaxis in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, and expects to have 1,000 of them on the road by the end of the year. Ever wonder how a designer of ultra-luxury cars would fare having to come up with a vehicle for the masses? Well, wait no more. Chinese automaker SAIC hired former head of design at Rolls-Royce, who was tasked to style the M7 sedan for its more mass-produced Roway brand. The model is highlighted by a big in-your-face grille with long vertical slats, a long thin taillight that stretches the width of the car, a few pieces of bright work to highlight key areas, and large spoked wheels. The M7 is a plug-in hybrid that's expected to have 1,000 kilometers or about 620 miles of range and will go on sale in China in the second half of this year. That's a wrap for this show. Thanks for tuning in.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey, intrepid control systems, over-the-air engineering boost your game. Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility. And by
There's nothing wrong with heavy metal.
Hey, lighten up.
But with world-class composite material, Teijin Automotive Technologies makes vehicles lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly.
Performance that shines, even in the rain. That's what really matters. Bridgestone Potenza tires, improved grip in wet conditions.